The natural world is full of astonishing riches, from vast coral reefs teeming with life, where every nook and cranny is a bustling metropolis of marine creatures. These underwater cities are a testament to the abundance and diversity of life on our planet. The coral reefs, with their intricate structures and vibrant colors, are not just beautiful, they are vital ecosystems that support a myriad of species. They are the rainforests of the sea, providing shelter, food, and breeding grounds for countless marine organisms. Similarly, the lush rainforests of the Amazon are another example of nature's wealth. These dense forests are often referred to as the lungs of the earth, producing a significant portion of the world's oxygen. The Amazon rainforest is a treasure trove of biodiversity, home to millions of species of plants, animals, and insects, many of which are still undiscovered. The towering trees, the vibrant flora, and the cacophony of animal sounds create an environment that is both awe-inspiring and essential to the health of our planet. But the pursuit of wealth is not limited to the animal kingdom. Humans, too, have always been driven by the desire to accumulate riches. From the earliest civilizations to the modern era, the quest for wealth has shaped societies, driven exploration, and sparked conflicts. The allure of gold, silver, and precious gems has led to the rise and fall of empires, the discovery of new lands, and the forging of trade routes that connected distant corners of the world. Throughout human history, vast empires have risen and fallen, leaving behind legacies of power and unimaginable riches. These empires, with their grand palaces, sprawling cities, and vast territories, were built on the wealth accumulated through conquest, trade, and innovation. The ruins of these ancient civilizations, from the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of the Maya, stand as monuments to the ingenuity and ambition of our ancestors. What if we could travel back in time, not to observe the dinosaurs, but to stand in the presence of rulers who controlled more wealth than any modern billionaire could ever dream of? Imagine walking through the bustling markets of ancient Babylon, witnessing the grandeur of the Persian Empire, or attending a royal court in medieval Europe. These rulers, with their immense fortunes, wielded power that extended far beyond their borders, influencing the course of history in ways that still resonate today. Individuals whose fortunes dwarfed entire nations, whose every whim was a command, and whose legacies continue to shape the world today. These monarchs, with their opulent lifestyles and vast resources, were the ultimate symbols of wealth and power. Their stories are filled with intrigue, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of dominance. From the legendary riches of King Solomon to the vast empire of Genghis Khan, these figures have left an indelible mark on history. This is a journey into the heart of empires, a quest to uncover the stories behind the top 30 richest monarchs of all time. We will explore the lives of these extraordinary individuals, delving into the sources of their wealth, the extent of their influence, and the legacies they left behind. Each monarch's story is a window into a different era, offering insights into the economic, political, and cultural forces that shaped their times. It's a tale not just of gold and jewels, but of the power these monarchs wielded, the impact they had on their times, and how their wealth was measured, from vast land holdings and mountains of gold to their control over entire economies. Their fortunes were not just measured in material wealth, but also in their ability to command armies, influence trade, and shape the destinies of nations. The treasures they amassed were symbols of their authority and a testament to their ability to dominate their world, to their control over entire economies. These monarchs were not just rulers, they were economic powerhouses, controlling vast networks of trade and commerce. Their influence extended to every corner of their empires, from the bustling markets of their capital cities to the far-flung outposts of their territories. They were the architects of economic systems that sustained their power and ensured their legacies would endure for generations. We'll delve into inflation-adjusted estimates, comparing these ancient fortunes to the titans of wealth in our modern world. By examining the economic context of their times and adjusting for inflation, we can gain a clearer understanding of just how immense these fortunes were. This comparison will highlight the staggering scale of their wealth and provide a fascinating perspective on the evolution of economic power through the ages. Prepare yourself to be astounded, for some of these figures possessed riches that would make even Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk combined seem like modest entrepreneurs. The wealth of these ancient monarchs was not just a measure of their personal fortunes, but a reflection of the vast resources and influence they commanded. Their stories are a testament to the enduring allure of wealth and the extraordinary lengths to which humans will go to achieve it. Deep in the heart of West Africa, during the 14th century, a vast empire flourished. The Mali Empire, a land rich in gold, salt, and cultural wonders, was ruled by a king of legendary wealth, Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa's reign marked a golden age for the Mali Empire. His kingdom spanned over 2,000 miles, encompassing present-day Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Mali, Mauritania, and Niger. This sprawling empire was a major hub of trade, strategically positioned between the salt mines of the Sahara Desert and the gold fields further south. Under Mansa Musa's rule, the city of Timbuktu became a renowned center of Islamic scholarship, attracting learned men from across the Islamic world. Mosques, universities, and libraries flourished, establishing Timbuktu as a beacon of knowledge and culture in a time when much of Europe was still in the throes of the Middle Ages. But it was Mansa Musa's legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 AD that truly cemented his place in history and showcased the unimaginable scale of his wealth. This journey, a testament to his devout faith, would become a spectacle that captivated the world, leaving an unforgettable mark on all who witnessed it. Imagine a caravan so vast it stretches as far as the eye can see, a seemingly endless line of camels, each one laden with treasures and provisions, moving steadily across the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Sahara Desert. The sun blazes overhead, casting long shadows on the golden sands as the caravan snakes its way through the dunes, a testament to human endurance and ambition. Thousands of camels laden with gold, provisions, and luxurious goods traverse the scorching sands of the Sahara Desert. These camels are not just beasts of burden, they are the lifeline of a grand expedition, each one carrying a piece of a story that would be told for generations. The gold they carry is not merely for trade or personal wealth, it is a symbol of the immense prosperity of the Mali Empire, a kingdom that flourished under the reign of its illustrious ruler, Mansa Musa. This was no ordinary caravan, it was the pilgrimage of Mansa Musa, an event so extravagant that it would be spoken of in hushed tones for centuries to come. Mansa Musa, the ruler of the Mali Empire, was embarking on the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey that every devout Muslim aspires to undertake at least once in their lifetime. But Mansa Musa's pilgrimage was unlike any other. It was a display of wealth and piety on a scale that the world had never seen before. Accompanied by tens of thousands of soldiers, servants, and followers, Mansa Musa embarked on the arduous journey to Mecca, a distance of over 3,000 miles. His entourage was a small city on the move, a testament to his power and influence. The soldiers provided protection, the servants attended to the needs of the travelers, and the followers, inspired by their leader's devotion, joined the pilgrimage in a show of solidarity and faith. The journey was long and fraught with challenges, but the determination and faith of Mansa Musa and his followers never wavered. His entourage included hundreds of slaves, each carrying a staff of pure gold. These golden staffs were not just symbols of wealth, they were a statement of Mansa Musa's unparalleled generosity and his commitment to sharing his fortune with those he encountered along the way. The sight of these slaves, each bearing a gleaming staff, was a powerful image that underscored the opulence and grandeur of the Mali Empire. Along the way, he dispensed gold with such lavish generosity that it reportedly devalued the currency in the cities he passed through. In every town and city, Mansa Musa's arrival was met with awe and wonder. He distributed gold to the poor, funded the construction of mosques, and supported local economies. His acts of charity were so grand that they left a lasting impact on the regions he visited, altering the economic landscape in ways that were both profound and far-reaching. In Cairo, his extravagant spending and charitable donations caused rampant inflation, disrupting the city's economy for years to come. The influx of gold into the market led to a decrease in its value, causing prices to soar and creating economic instability. While Mansa Musa's intentions were noble, The unintended consequences of his generosity highlighted the delicate balance of economic systems and the far-reaching effects of wealth distribution. This act of generosity, while well-intentioned, demonstrated the sheer magnitude of Mansa Musa's wealth, a king so rich that his casual acts of charity could destabilize entire economies. His pilgrimage was not just a journey of faith, it was a display of power and influence that resonated across continents. The stories of his wealth and generosity spread far and wide, painting a picture of a ruler whose riches were beyond comprehension. The impact of his pilgrimage was profound. It was a journey that left an indelible mark on the regions he visited and the people he encountered. The tales of Mansa Musa's wealth and generosity became legends, inspiring awe and admiration. His pilgrimage was a testament to the power of faith and the influence of wealth, a combination that created ripples across the medieval world. News of his immense wealth spread throughout the Mediterranean and beyond, reaching the ears of European rulers who had never even conceived of such riches. The stories of Mansa Musa's pilgrimage and his unparalleled generosity captured the imagination of people far and wide. European rulers, merchants and scholars were fascinated by the tales of the African king whose wealth seemed limitless. These stories contributed to the growing interest in Africa and its resources, shaping the perceptions and ambitions of future explorers and traders. Mansa Musa returned to Mali a legend, his name forever etched in history as a symbol of unimaginable wealth and extraordinary generosity. His pilgrimage had not only fulfilled a religious duty, but had also cemented his legacy as one of the richest and most influential rulers of all time. The impact of his journey continued to be felt long after his return, as the stories of his wealth and generosity inspired generations to come. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage was a defining moment in history, a journey that showcased the power of faith, the influence of wealth, and the enduring legacy of a remarkable ruler. From the sun-drenched sands of Africa, we journey now to the heart of a vast empire that spanned continents. Ancient Rome, a civilization synonymous with power, military might, and architectural grandeur, was ruled by an emperor whose wealth was as legendary as his conquests, Augustus Caesar. Born Octavian, Augustus's rise to power was a tale of ambition, intrigue, and ultimately victory in a bloody civil war that followed the assassination of his great-uncle, Julius Caesar. Emerging as the undisputed ruler of Rome, he ushered in a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana. But Augustus's reign was not merely marked by military triumphs, it was also an era of economic expansion and consolidation of power. He skillfully transformed Rome from a republic to an empire, subtly consolidating his authority while presenting himself as a humble first citizen. His astute political maneuvering and military prowess allowed him to amass unprecedented wealth and influence. Under his rule, Rome's borders expanded, its coffers overflowed with the spoils of war, and its citizens enjoyed a level of prosperity unmatched in the ancient world. Augustus Caesar's wealth was not merely a matter of personal fortune, it was inextricably linked to the vast resources of the Roman Empire itself. He controlled the state treasury, commanded the loyalty of wealthy senators, and personally owned vast tracts of land across the empire. Among his most prized possessions was Egypt, a land renowned for its fertile Nile River valley and its status as the breadbasket of the Roman world. Augustus, ever the shrewd administrator, recognized Egypt's strategic importance and made it his personal property. This gave him direct control over Egypt's grain production, a vital asset that ensured the loyalty of Rome's populace, and provided him with a constant stream of revenue. It has been estimated that Egypt alone generated an annual income equivalent to billions of dollars in today's currency, making it Augustus's personal cash cow. This level of wealth is difficult to comprehend in the modern era. Imagine a single individual controlling the entire GDP of a nation as wealthy as Egypt, using its resources to fund public works, military campaigns, and personal extravagances. Augustus's control over Egypt exemplified the vast, almost unimaginable wealth he wielded as the most powerful man in the world. From the savannas of Africa, we travel now across continents to the heart of India. Here, in the 16th century, the Mughal Empire flourished under the rule of Akbar the Great. Akbar's reign was a tapestry woven from military prowess and a deep understanding of governance. He inherited a kingdom, but through strategic alliances and conquests, he expanded it into an empire. His empire stretched from the Himalayas to the Deccan Plateau, encompassing a population richer and more diverse than any the world had yet seen. His court, a beacon of culture and learning, attracted artists, poets, and intellectuals from across the known world. But it was the Peacock Throne, a symbol of Mughal opulence, that truly captured the world's imagination. Crafted from solid gold and encrusted with diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and pearls, it was said to be worth more than the entire treasury of some European nations. The throne was not merely a seat of power, but a testament to Akbar's wealth and a symbol of the Mughal Empire at its zenith. Akbar's wealth wasn't just a consequence of conquest, it stemmed from his astute economic policies. He understood that a prosperous populace was the backbone of a strong empire. He reformed the tax system, making it fairer and more efficient, and encouraged trade through infrastructure development and the abolition of discriminatory taxes. The Mughal Empire sat astride the lucrative trade routes connecting Europe to the east. Spices, textiles, and precious stones flowed through its arteries, generating immense wealth for the empire and its ruler. Akbar, a shrewd businessman, recognized the importance of diversifying his investments. He established royal workshops and factories, promoting the production of luxury goods like carpets, textiles, and jewelry. These goods, renowned for their quality and craftsmanship, were highly sought after in markets across Asia and Europe, further bolstering the Mughal treasury. Under Akbar, the Mughal Empire experienced a golden age of prosperity. His reign, a testament to his leadership, economic acumen, and unwavering commitment to justice, left an indelible mark on the annals of history. Our journey through time takes us now to the ancient kingdom of Israel, and to a ruler whose wealth is the stuff of legends, King Solomon. Few figures in history are as shrouded in myth and wonder as Solomon. His reign, as described in religious texts, was a time of unprecedented peace and prosperity. Solomon's wisdom was legendary, but it was his wealth that truly captivated the imagination. The Bible speaks of gold being as common as stones in Jerusalem during his reign. His throne room was said to be adorned with ivory, gold, and precious stones, a spectacle of unparalleled grandeur. His wealth wasn't solely derived from conquest or taxation. He controlled vital trade routes connecting Egypt and Arabia to the east. Caravans laden with frankincense, myrrh, spices, and precious metals flowed through his kingdom, paying tribute and filling Solomon's coffers. But Solomon's wealth was not simply material. He was a patron of the arts and sciences, his court a magnet for scholars, poets, and architects from distant lands. Perhaps the most enduring legend surrounding Solomon's wealth is that of the mines of Ophir. Their exact location remains a mystery, lost to the sands of time. But these mines, according to ancient texts, were a source of unimaginable riches for King Solomon. Every 3 years, a fleet of ships would return from Ophir, laden with gold, silver, sandalwood, precious stones, ivory, and exotic animals. Such was the influx of gold that it was said to have become as commonplace in Jerusalem as silver. Whether the mines of Ophir were real or merely a product of myth and exaggeration, they symbolized the vast wealth attributed to Solomon. His reign, a period of peace, prosperity, and unparalleled opulence, continues to fascinate historians and treasure hunters alike. The story of Solomon's wealth is a reminder that even in the distant past, the pursuit of riches and the allure of power were driving forces in the human story, but it also serves as a cautionary tale, for despite his wealth and wisdom, Solomon's reign ultimately ended in division and decline. From the ancient world, we fast forward to the dawn of the 20th century. to the opulent court of the Romanovs, the last imperial dynasty of Russia. For 3 centuries, the Romanovs ruled over a vast empire, their reign marked by periods of expansion, reform, and ultimately revolution. Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia, inherited a legacy of immense wealth and power. The Romanov family's personal fortune was inextricably linked to the fate of the nation. They owned vast tracts of land, mines, factories, and palaces, their wealth accumulated over generations. The Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, a breathtaking example of imperial grandeur, served as the Tsar's official residence. Its lavish interiors, adorned with gold leaf, crystal chandeliers, and priceless works of art, were a testament to the extravagance of the Romanov lifestyle. Nicholas II, despite his immense wealth, was a ruler ill-equipped to navigate the turbulent waters of the 20th century. His reign was marked by social unrest, economic inequality, and ultimately the tumultuous Russian Revolution. The Romanovs' wealth extended beyond palaces and land. They possessed a collection of jewels that was the envy of the world. Passed down through generations, these jewels represented not just monetary value, but the history and power of the Romanov Dynasty. The imperial crown of Russia, crafted for Catherine the Great, was a dazzling display of diamonds, pearls, and a massive spinel, one of the largest in the world. The crown, a symbol of absolute power, was a potent reminder of the Tsar's authority. The Romanov women, renowned for their elegance and style, amassed a collection of jewelry that was as impressive as it was vast. From diamond necklaces to emerald tiaras, each piece was a testament to the exquisite craftsmanship of the era and the seemingly limitless wealth of the Romanovs. But the Romanovs' wealth, a symbol of their power and privilege, also became a lightning rod for discontent. The lavish lifestyle of the aristocracy stood in stark contrast to the poverty and hardship faced by millions of Russians. This disparity, a simmering cauldron of resentment, would ultimately contribute to the downfall of the Romanov dynasty and the tumultuous birth of a new Russia. Aurangzeb, the 6th Mughal emperor, ruled over a vast empire stretching across the Indian subcontinent. His reign, from 1658 to 1707, marked the peak of Mughal power and territorial extent. During this period, the Mughal Empire became a global economic powerhouse, contributing to nearly a quarter of the world's GDP. At the heart of Aurangzeb's opulent court was the legendary Peacock Throne, a dazzling symbol of Mughal wealth and extravagance. Crafted from the finest gold and encrusted with countless diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and pearls, the throne was said to have been worth 4 times the cost of the Taj Mahal. Imagine, if you will, the sheer scale of riches that flowed into Aurangzeb's coffers. Taxes from his vast domains, tributes from conquered kingdoms, and the spoils of war all contributed to an unimaginable fortune. The Mughal Empire, under Aurangzeb, was a magnet for trade and commerce, attracting merchants and artisans from across the known world. Yet Aurangzeb himself was known for his austere lifestyle, shunning the extravagance often associated with his predecessors. He believed in living simply and investing his wealth in expanding his empire and consolidating his power. This paradoxical approach to wealth and power makes Aurangzeb a fascinating figure in the history of opulent rulers. Aurangzeb's reign was marked by both great achievements and significant controversies. He expanded the Mughal Empire to its greatest extent, but his policies towards non-Muslims led to unrest and rebellion. His strict religious interpretations and expansionist ambitions have been the subject of much historical debate. Despite his personal austerity, the wealth accumulated during Aurangzeb's reign was staggering. He controlled the production of valuable commodities like textiles, spices, and gemstones, exporting them to eager markets in Europe and beyond. The Mughal treasury overflowed with gold, silver, and precious stones, a testament to the empire's economic dominance. However, the concentration of wealth in the hands of the emperor and his elite also contributed to social disparities. While the Mughal court lived in unparalleled luxury, many of Aurangzeb's subjects struggled with poverty and hardship. This stark contrast between the haves and have-nots would ultimately contribute to the empire's decline in the centuries that followed. Aurangzeb's legacy remains a complex one, a blend of military prowess, administrative efficiency, religious fervor, and economic prosperity. He left behind a vast empire and an even vaster fortune, but also a legacy of religious and social tensions that would continue to shape the Indian subcontinent long after his death. Few figures in history captivate the imagination quite like Cleopatra VII Philopator, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt. Her intelligence, political acumen, and legendary charm have resonated through the ages, making her a subject of endless fascination. Cleopatra's Egypt was not just a center of culture and learning, but also a hub of trade and commerce. The Nile River, the lifeblood of the kingdom, teemed with ships laden with grain, papyrus, and exotic goods destined for markets across the Mediterranean. This bustling economic activity generated immense wealth, much of which flowed directly into Cleopatra's coffers. But Cleopatra's wealth was not solely derived from trade. She understood the power of image and carefully cultivated an aura of opulence and divinity. Her palaces shimmered with gold and precious stones, her garments were woven from the finest silks, and her every whim was attended to by a retinue of servants. This carefully crafted image of wealth and power was not merely for show. Cleopatra understood that in the treacherous world of Roman politics, perception was often as important as reality. Her wealth was a tool, a weapon even, used to secure alliances, intimidate enemies, and ultimately fight for the survival of her kingdom. Cleopatra's personal fortune was said to have been vast beyond measure. Her wealth was not just a symbol of her power, but also a tool she wielded with great skill. Cleopatra was a master of using her resources to secure political alliances and maintain her grip on the throne of Egypt. Her fortune was accumulated through a combination of inheritance, shrewd economic policies, and strategic marriages. Cleopatra's lineage, the Ptolemaic dynasty, had ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries, and she inherited a kingdom rich in natural resources and trade networks. She owned vast tracts of fertile land along the Nile, which was the lifeblood of ancient Egypt. The Nile's annual floods deposited nutrient-rich silt onto the farmlands, making them incredibly productive. This agricultural bounty allowed Cleopatra to feed her people and generate surplus grain for trade. The Nile was not just a source of food, but also a critical transportation route, facilitating trade and communication throughout her kingdom. Cleopatra's control over this vital resource was a cornerstone of her economic power. Gold mines in the eastern desert were another significant source of Cleopatra's wealth. These mines had been worked for centuries, producing vast quantities of gold that were used to mint coins, create jewelry, and fund military campaigns. Cleopatra's control over these mines allowed her to finance her political and military ambitions. The gold from these mines was highly sought after and traded across the Mediterranean, further enhancing her wealth and influence. Cleopatra also controlled the production and trade of valuable commodities like grain, which was a staple food in the ancient world. Egypt was known as the breadbasket of the Mediterranean, and its grain was essential for feeding the populations of Rome and other major cities. By controlling the grain supply, Cleopatra could exert significant influence over her neighbors and potential rivals. This control allowed her to negotiate favorable terms in trade agreements and secure alliances that were crucial for her political survival. Linen and papyrus were other valuable commodities under Cleopatra's control. Linen was used for clothing, sails, and burial shrouds, making it an essential material in the ancient world. Papyrus, on the other hand, was the primary writing material of the time, used for everything from official documents to literary works. Cleopatra's monopoly over these industries allowed her to generate significant revenue and maintain her kingdom's economic stability. The production of these goods also provided employment for thousands of her subjects, further strengthening her rule. Her wealth was so immense that it dwarfed even that of the wealthiest Roman senators. The Roman elite were known for their opulence, but Cleopatra's fortune was on another level entirely. Her ability to amass and manage such wealth was a testament to her intelligence and strategic acumen. Cleopatra's financial resources allowed her to compete with Rome on the political stage, funding military campaigns and diplomatic missions that were essential for her kingdom's survival. It is said that Cleopatra could literally dissolve a pearl, worth a king's ransom, in a cup of wine just to win a wager. This famous anecdote, whether true or apocryphal, illustrates the extent of her wealth and her willingness to use it to make bold statements. The story goes that Cleopatra made a bet with Mark Antony that she could host the most expensive banquet in history. To win the wager, she dissolved one of her priceless pearls in vinegar and drank it, demonstrating her immense wealth and her flair for the dramatic. This anecdote, whether true or apocryphal, speaks volumes about the perception of her wealth and her willingness to use it strategically. Cleopatra understood the power of symbolism and used her wealth to project an image of unassailable power and influence. Her ability to command such resources made her a formidable player in the political arena of the ancient world. Cleopatra's strategic use of her wealth allowed her to forge alliances, deter enemies, and maintain her position as one of the most powerful women in history. In a world dominated by men, Cleopatra's wealth gave her a level of power and independence that few women of her time could even dream of. Her financial resources allowed her to navigate the treacherous waters of ancient politics with a degree of autonomy that was rare for women in her era. Cleopatra's ability to wield power in a male-dominated society was a testament to her intelligence, charisma, and strategic acumen. She was not just a ruler but a shrewd politician who used her wealth to secure her position and achieve her goals. While the exact extent of Cleopatra's wealth remains a mystery lost to the sands of time, there is no doubt that she was one of the richest individuals of the ancient world. Her fortune was built on a foundation of natural resources, strategic trade, and shrewd economic policies. Cleopatra's wealth was not just a measure of her success, but also a tool she used to shape the course of history. Her ability to amass and manage such a vast fortune was a key factor in her enduring legacy. There is no doubt that she was one of the richest individuals of the ancient world. Her story is a testament to the enduring allure of wealth, power, and the enduring legacy of one of history's most fascinating female rulers. Cleopatra's life and reign have captivated historians and storytellers for centuries, and her wealth is a central part of that narrative. Her ability to command such resources and use them to her advantage is a key reason why she remains a figure of fascination and admiration to this day. Her story is a testament to the enduring allure of wealth, power, and the enduring legacy of one of history's most fascinating female rulers. Cleopatra's life and reign have captivated historians and storytellers for centuries, and her wealth is a central part of that narrative. Her ability to command such resources and use them to her advantage is a key reason why she remains a figure of fascination and admiration to this day. Cleopatra's legacy is not just one of wealth and power, but also of intelligence, charisma, and strategic acumen. However, Cleopatra's story is also a cautionary tale. Despite her immense wealth and power, she was ultimately unable to save her kingdom from the encroaching might of Rome. Cleopatra's downfall serves as a reminder that even the greatest wealth cannot guarantee security or happiness. Her tragic end, taking her own life rather than be paraded through the streets of Rome in chains, is a poignant reminder of the limits of wealth and power. Cleopatra's story is a complex one, filled with triumphs and tragedies, and it continues to resonate with us today. Despite her wealth and power, she was ultimately unable to save her kingdom from the encroaching might of Rome. The Roman Empire was a formidable adversary, and Cleopatra's efforts to resist its expansion ultimately proved futile. Her alliances with powerful Roman figures like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not enough to secure her kingdom's independence. The conflict between Rome and Egypt was a clash of titans, and in the end Rome emerged victorious. Cleopatra's defeat marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in the history of the ancient world. Her tragic end, taking her own life rather than be paraded through the streets of Rome in chains, serves as a reminder that even the greatest wealth cannot guarantee happiness or security. Cleopatra's suicide was a final act of defiance, a refusal to be humiliated by her conquerors. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of Roman rule in Egypt. Cleopatra's story is a powerful reminder of the fleeting nature of power and the enduring human desire for dignity and autonomy. Her legacy continues to inspire and caution us, a testament to the complex interplay of wealth, power, and human ambition. Our journey through the annals of wealth now takes us to the kingdom of Lydia, in what is now modern-day Turkey. Here, in the 6th century BC, reigned a king whose very name became synonymous with unimaginable riches, King Croesus. Croesus inherited a kingdom already renowned for its wealth, but it was his ambition and economic acumen that elevated Lydia to new heights of prosperity. The Lydians, under Croesus, were pioneers in the use of coinage, introducing standardized gold and silver coins that revolutionized trade and commerce. The lifeblood of Lydian wealth, however, was not gold but a river. The river Pactolus, flowing down from Mount Tmolus, carried within its waters something truly extraordinary: gold dust. This natural bounty, combined with Croesus's shrewd economic policies, filled the royal treasury to overflowing. Croesus used his wealth to build a powerful army, adorn his capital city of Sardis with magnificent temples and palaces, and patronize the arts and philosophy. His court became a magnet for some of the greatest thinkers and artists of the age, all eager to bask in the reflected glory of his wealth and generosity. So vast was Croesus's wealth that his name became a byword for opulence and abundance. Even today, the phrase "as rich as Croesus" evokes images of unimaginable riches and extravagant luxury. He was said to have consulted the oracle of Delphi, who famously declared him the happiest of men. However, the oracle's pronouncements, as often was the case, came with a caveat. Croesus, blinded by his wealth and convinced of his own invincibility, embarked on a disastrous war against the rising power of Persia. The Persian king, Cyrus the Great, proved more than a match for Croesus and his fabled wealth. Defeated in battle and facing the loss of his kingdom, Croesus was condemned to die on a pyre. Legend has it that as the flames rose around him, Croesus finally understood the true nature of wealth and power, realizing too late that they offered no protection against the fickle hand of fate. The story of King Croesus serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the most extraordinary wealth cannot guarantee happiness or security. It highlights the fleeting nature of material possessions and the importance of wisdom, humility, and recognizing the true sources of lasting fulfillment. From the heart of Europe, we journey to the opulent court of King Louis XIV of France. Known as the Sun King, his reign was a spectacle of unparalleled grandeur, a testament to the dazzling heights of royal wealth and power. Louis XIV inherited a kingdom already steeped in riches, but it was his own ambition, his insatiable appetite for luxury, that truly propelled him into the annals of history's wealthiest monarchs. He poured unimaginable fortunes into transforming the Palace of Versailles from a humble hunting lodge into a sprawling palace, a gilded cage of mirrors and manicured gardens that became the envy of Europe. But Versailles was more than just a palace. It was a stage upon which Louis XIV played the role of the absolute monarch, a living embodiment of divine right and unbridled extravagance. Every aspect of courtly life, from elaborate balls to lavish feasts, served to reinforce the image of the Sun King's absolute power and boundless wealth. This ostentatious display of riches, however, masked a stark reality. While Louis XIV dined on gold-plated plates, his subjects, the very foundation of his wealth, often struggled to survive. The construction of Versailles alone, a project spanning decades, drained the French treasury and demanded immense levies from the common people. The Sun King's reign, a glittering spectacle of wealth, serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between opulence and inequality, a theme that will echo throughout our exploration of history's wealthiest rulers. We now shift our focus from the opulent courts of 17th-century Europe to the oil-rich nation of Brunei, a tiny sultanate on the island of Borneo. Here, amidst the lush rainforests and sparkling waters of the South China Sea, resides one of the world's wealthiest individuals, the Sultan of Brunei. His Majesty Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, the 29th Sultan of his line, inherited a kingdom blessed with vast reserves of oil and natural gas. These natural treasures have transformed Brunei into a modern-day fairy tale, a land where unimaginable wealth is a palpable reality. The Sultan's personal fortune is estimated to be in the tens of billions, a figure so staggering it's difficult to comprehend. His opulent lifestyle, a testament to this vast wealth, includes a fleet of over 7,000 cars, a collection of private jets, and a palace so grand it boasts over 1,700 rooms. Yet the Sultan's wealth is not merely a product of inheritance. He is a shrewd businessman, a savvy investor who has diversified his portfolio beyond oil and gas, securing his family's fortune for generations to come. But the Sultan's wealth is not simply measured in dollars and cents. He holds absolute power in Brunei, a nation where his word is law. This unique blend of wealth and political authority places him in a rare category, a modern-day monarch with influence that extends far beyond his nation's borders. His investments span the globe, touching industries from real estate to technology. His philanthropic endeavors, though less publicized, are equally vast, supporting education, healthcare, and religious institutions, both within Brunei and abroad. However, the Sultan's reign has not been without controversy. Critics point to Brunei's strict Islamic laws, its human rights record, and the stark contrast between the Sultan's extravagant lifestyle and the lives of ordinary Bruneians. The story of the Sultan of Brunei is a fascinating study in the complexities of modern wealth and power. A reminder that even in the 21st century, the lines between royalty, business, and politics can be blurred. Our journey takes us now from the gilded palaces and oil-rich sultanates to the windswept steppes of Central Asia, the birthplace of one of history's most formidable conquerors, Genghis Khan. From humble beginnings, Genghis Khan rose to unite warring Mongol tribes, forging them into a powerful army that would sweep across Asia, conquering vast swathes of land and amassing unimaginable wealth. The Mongol Empire, at its peak, stretched from the Pacific Ocean in the east to Eastern Europe in the west, encompassing a landmass larger than any other contiguous empire in history. This vast territory, teeming with resources and bustling trade routes, became the foundation of Genghis Khan's legendary wealth. But how do you measure the wealth of a man like Genghis Khan? Traditional metrics such as gold reserves or personal possessions seem inadequate when compared to the sheer scale of his conquests. Genghis Khan, unlike many rulers who hoard wealth for themselves, understood the power of distribution. He rewarded his loyal followers with land, livestock, and positions of power, ensuring their continued allegiance and the stability of his vast empire. This strategic redistribution of wealth, while effective, makes it difficult to quantify Genghis Khan's personal fortune. Was he, in the strictest sense, richer than those who came before him, like Mansa Musa or Augustus Caesar? The answer perhaps lies in the nature of wealth itself. For Genghis Khan, wealth was not simply about amassing gold and silver. It was about power, influence, and the loyalty he commanded from millions. His legacy, a testament to this unique perspective on wealth, continues to fascinate historians and economists alike, prompting us to reconsider our own definitions of prosperity and power. The Song Dynasty, a period often hailed as the Golden Age of China. And at its helm, Emperor Shenzong, a ruler whose reign saw not only military expansion but also an economic boom, the likes of which the world had rarely witnessed. Unlike some rulers who amassed personal fortunes, Shenzong's wealth was intrinsically tied to the prosperity of his empire. Imagine, if you will, a land where technological innovation flourished, where the hum of industry filled the air, and where trade routes stretched across continents, bringing unimaginable riches to its shores. This was the Song dynasty under Shenzong's rule. His was a reign marked by advancements in agriculture, the development of gunpowder and the printing press, and a flourishing of the arts and sciences. It was this potent combination of factors that propelled the Song dynasty to unprecedented heights of economic power. Indeed, some historians estimate that during Shenzong's time, China's economy accounted for a staggering 25 to 30% of the entire world's GDP. Such wealth, unimaginable in its scope, cemented Shenzong's place as one of history's most powerful and affluent rulers. The source of Shenzong's immense wealth wasn't simply the result of territorial conquest or the hoarding of precious metals. It stemmed from a far more potent and enduring source, the ingenuity and entrepreneurial spirit of his people. Under his reign, China became the world's leading producer of iron, porcelain, and silk, goods highly sought after across the globe. These were not merely products, they were testaments to the advanced technology and craftsmanship that flourished under the Song. But perhaps the most significant innovation of Shenzong's era was the introduction of paper money. This revolutionary concept, a stark departure from the cumbersome system of coin-based currency, facilitated trade on an unprecedented scale, further fueling the empire's economic engine. It is this legacy of innovation, of fostering a society where knowledge and ingenuity were prized, that truly distinguishes Emperor Shenzong. His wealth, vast as it was, pales in comparison to the indelible mark he left on the course of Chinese history and, indeed, the world. From the bustling heart of London, we turn our attention to an institution steeped in centuries of history and tradition, the British Crown. While often associated with ceremonial duties and stately appearances, the monarchy also presides over a vast and complex portfolio of assets, the true extent of which remains shrouded in a degree of secrecy. Unlike personal fortunes, the wealth of the British Crown is inextricably linked to its role as custodian of the Crown Estate, a collection of lands, properties and holdings accumulated over generations. This vast portfolio encompasses everything from prime real estate in the heart of London to sprawling agricultural lands and even stretches of the seabed. The Crown Estate, however, is not the personal property of the reigning monarch. It is held in trust, managed independently, and its revenues are surrendered to the British government in exchange for an annual payment known as the Sovereign Grant. This grant serves to fund the official duties of the monarch, from maintaining royal residences to carrying out state visits. But the true scope of the Crown's wealth extends far beyond the Crown Estate. The royal collection, a treasure trove of art, furniture and historical artifacts, represents not only immense monetary value but also an irreplaceable cultural legacy. Step inside the Tower of London, and you'll find yourself surrounded by the glittering symbols of royal power and prestige, the crown jewels. This dazzling collection, comprising over 140 objects and 23,000 gemstones, is a sight to behold. Among these treasures is the sovereign's sceptre, adorned with the Cullinan diamond, the largest clear-cut diamond ever found. Then there's St. Edward's crown, used for coronations for centuries, a symbol of the enduring legacy of the British monarchy. These jewels, however, are more than just sparkling trinkets. They are tangible representations of the history and heritage of a nation, passed down through generations of monarchs. Their value, both monetary and symbolic, is simply immeasurable, and yet the true wealth of the British Crown lies not just in its tangible assets but also in its intangible influence. As a symbol of national identity, a beacon of tradition and a draw for tourism, the monarchy continues to play a significant role in British society, its impact extending far beyond the realm of finance. We journey now to the Arabian Peninsula, to the heart of a kingdom synonymous with vast oil reserves and unimaginable wealth, Saudi Arabia. Here, the House of Saud, the ruling royal family, presides over a fortune built on a resource that has shaped the modern world: oil. The discovery of oil in Saudi Arabia in the 1930s transformed the nation from an arid desert land into a global economic powerhouse. And at the heart of this transformation lies Saudi Aramco, the state-owned oil giant, widely considered the world's most profitable company. While the exact extent of the Saudi royal family's wealth remains a closely guarded secret, estimates suggest it could exceed trillions of dollars. This immense fortune is intricately tied to Saudi Aramco, with the royal family holding significant sway over the company's operations and revenues. But the wealth of the House of Saud extends far beyond oil. They are major players in global investment markets with vast holdings in real estate, technology companies, and luxury assets around the world. Their influence is felt from the skyscrapers of Dubai to the high-stakes art auctions of London. The Saudi royal family, a sprawling dynasty with thousands of members, enjoys a lifestyle of unparalleled luxury and privilege. Their palaces are opulent showcases of wealth, adorned with priceless art, gold fixtures, and sprawling gardens. Their private jets are legendary, ferrying them between their numerous residences around the globe. And their philanthropic endeavors, while significant, are often overshadowed by their extravagant spending habits. Yet, amidst the displays of wealth, the House of Saud also faces the challenges of navigating a rapidly changing world. The global shift towards renewable energy sources poses a potential threat to their oil-dependent economy. And as the kingdom grapples with social and economic reforms, the role of the monarchy in the 21st century remains a subject of intense debate both within Saudi Arabia and on the world stage. King Solomon, a name synonymous with wisdom, is also a contender for one of the wealthiest rulers in human history. His reign, 1,000 years before the Common Era, marked a golden age for the Kingdom of Israel. Tribute flowed in from far-flung lands, drawn by Solomon's reputation for justice and his shrewd diplomacy. But it was his legendary mines, brimming with gold and precious stones, that truly fueled his empire's coffers. The Bible speaks of a king who received 666 talents of gold in a single year, a staggering amount even by today's standards. This wealth funded grand building projects, including the first temple in Jerusalem, a marvel of its time. Solomon's court, we are told, glittered with gold. Even his throne was a masterpiece of ivory overlaid with the precious metal. Such opulence was more than mere extravagance. It was a deliberate display of power, designed to awe visitors and cement Solomon's authority. Yet, despite this abundance, Solomon's reign serves as a potent reminder that true wealth extends beyond material possessions. While his kingdom flourished economically, Solomon's personal life was marked by its own complexities. The Bible recounts his vast harem, a testament to his wealth and power, but also a source of potential discord, and ultimately it was internal strife and excessive taxation that contributed to the kingdom's division following Solomon's death. Solomon's story therefore offers a valuable lesson for our own time. It reminds us that while economic prosperity is important, it is but one facet of a truly successful society. True wealth lies in the delicate balance of material prosperity, social harmony, and wise leadership. And perhaps it is in this nuanced understanding of wealth that King Solomon's legacy continues to resonate with us today. From the sun-baked sands of ancient Mali to the glittering skyscrapers of modern Riyadh, we have journeyed through time and across continents, exploring the lives and legacies of some of history's wealthiest rulers. Their stories, often shrouded in legend and imbued with both awe-inspiring grandeur and cautionary tales of excess, offer a glimpse into the enduring allure and the potential pitfalls of power and wealth. But who among these titans of history truly reigns supreme as the wealthiest of them all? Was it Mansa Musa, whose generosity could cripple economies, or perhaps Augustus Caesar, who held the wealth of Egypt as his personal treasury? The answer, like so much of history, is open to interpretation and debate. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll be delving into the most wasteful royal spending sprees in history. Together, let's claim the YouTube